You know the SCRA gives you a 6% interest rate cap. You know the excess interest gets forgiven, not deferred. But here is the problem. None of that happens automatically. According to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's own research, fewer than 10% of eligible auto loans and only 6% of personal loans held by activated National Guard and Reserve members are actually receiving this benefit, costing service members nearly $10 million a year in lost savings. The number one reason? They never submit a proper written request. I am from Military Money Decoded. Today I am going to walk you through the exact step-by-step process to claim your SCRA benefits, including the precise language to use in your request letter, the documents you need, how to use the Department of Defense's free verification portal, and the 180-day deadline you cannot miss. By the end of this video, you'll be able to submit a bulletproof SCRA request that no creditor can reject. Let's start with the most important truth. SCRA protection is not automatic. Unlike the Military Lending Act, which requires lenders to check your status automatically, South Carolina requires you to step forward. According to the December 2024 joint letter from the Department of Justice and the CFPB, if a service member makes a proper written request, the creditor must forgive, not defer, any interest greater than 6%, retroactive to the first day of active duty. But that protection only kicks in once you submit what the law calls written notice. No notice, no protection. It is that simple. So who can submit this request? Active duty members of the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, and Space Force. Reservists and National Guard members serving under Title 10 orders, or under Title 32 for more than 30 consecutive days. Commissioned officers of the Public Health Service and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, and critically, former service members. Here is something most people don't know. A veteran can still request the interest rate benefit up to 180 days after their military service ends. This is straight from the DOJ-CFPB joint letter. So if you separated last year and never claimed SCRA on your pre-service debts, you still have a window. But it is closing. Now, what debts can you claim? Only debts incurred before you entered active duty. Credit cards, auto loans, mortgages, student loans, personal loans, installment loans, home equity loans. If you took them out before your first day of active duty, they qualify. If you open them after, they do not. This is a hard line. Let's talk about timing because this is where people mess up. You can submit your SCRA request at any time during your active duty. You can also submit it up to 180 days after your active duty ends. For mortgage-related protections, the 6% cap extends for 1 full year after your military service ends. Miss that 180-day window for non-mortgage debts, and the creditor has no obligation to apply the cap retroactively. My advice, do not wait. The moment you receive your orders, even before you physically report for active duty, start sending your requests. For Guard and Reserve members, your protection begins the instant you receive qualifying mobilization orders, which may be months before you actually report. That is your signal to start filing. Now here is the step-by-step process. Step 1. Make a complete inventory of every pre-service debt you have. Pull your credit report at annualcreditreport.com. List every credit card, loan, and line of credit with the creditor's name, your account number, the original loan date, and the current interest rate. Don't guess. Get the actual numbers you need to know exactly what you are fighting for. Step 2. Gather your proof of service. The primary document you need is a copy of your military orders, activation orders, deployment orders, or PC's orders. If you don't have your orders handy, you can get a letter from your commanding officer on official letterhead. That letter needs to include 3 things: your name and social security number, your active duty start date, and your branch of service. Keep digital and physical copies of everything. Step 3. Get your official active duty verification certificate from the Department of Defense. This is a step most people skip, but it makes your request bulletproof. Go to SCRA DMD Mill. That is the Defense Manpower Data Center's SI website. Create a free account. Click on Single Record Request. Enter your last name, your social security number, your date of birth, and your first name. Pick the date you want to verify, usually your active duty start date. Click Lookup. The system queries the DEERS database and generates an official certificate showing your active duty status and branch of service. Download that PDF. This certificate is the gold standard proof. Courts accept it. Creditors accept it. Attach it to every request you send. Step 4. Write your request letter. Now, there is no official government form for this. It is a formal written letter. But here is a template that hits every requirement under 50 U.S.C. Section 3937. Write it like this, to whom it may concern. Request for interest rate reduction under the Service Members Civil Relief Act. 50 U.S.C. Section 3937. Account number. Your account number. I am writing to request that the interest rate on the above referenced account be reduced to 6% per annum, effective from my entry into active duty on your start date. I entered active duty with your branch on exact date. The obligation was incurred prior to my active duty service, pursuant to 50 U.S.C. Section 3937. I request that you forgive any interest charged above 6% from my active duty start date forward and refund any amounts previously collected above that cap. Enclosed, please find a copy of my military orders and my DMDC active duty verification certificate. Please confirm in writing within 30 days that the 6% cap has been applied to my account. Sincerely, your full name, your address, your phone number. That is it. That letter is legally sufficient. Step 5. Send your request the right way. Do not just call the creditor. Do not rely on a phone conversation. The law requires written notice. You have 3 options. Option A. Many creditors now have a dedicated SCRA portal on their website. Navy Federal, for example, has an online form, a fax number, and a mailing address specifically for SCRA servicing. Check your creditor's website first. Option B. Send your letter by email to the creditor's SCRA servicing department if they publish one. Option C. Mail your letter via certified mail with return receipt requested. This costs about $8.50 at the post office. It gives you a legal proof of delivery with a date stamp. If a creditor ever claims they never received your request, your certified mail receipt shuts that down instantly. My recommendation: use both the online portal and certified mail. Redundancy protects you. Step 6. Keep meticulous records. Make a copy of everything you send. Log every phone call with date, time, the name of the person you spoke with, and what was discussed. Save the certified mail receipt. Save the green return receipt card when it comes back. Save the creditor's response letter. This paper trail is your ammunition if a dispute arises. Step 7. Follow up. Creditors are supposed to process your request promptly, but many drag their feet. The DOJ and CFPB, in their December 2024 joint letter, actually recommended that financial institutions proactively check the DMDC database and automatically apply the 6% cap to all eligible accounts held by a service member, not just the one account you ask about. They also recommended that institutions streamline their processes. But here is the reality. Many institutions haven't implemented these recommendations yet, so you need to follow up. If you haven't received written confirmation within 30 days, call the creditor's SCRA servicing department. Reference your certified mail tracking number. Ask for status. Be polite but firm. Now, what if a creditor denies your request or ignores it? You have a powerful escalation path. Step 1. Contact your local JAG office. Every branch of the military provides free legal assistance through the Judge Advocate General's Corps. A JAG attorney can review your documents, call the creditor on your behalf, and often resolve the issue immediately. Find your nearest office at Legal Assistance Law, AFMIL. This service is absolutely free. Step 2. If the JAG route doesn't resolve it, file a complaint with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. You can do this online or by calling 1-855-411. CFPB. The CFPB has direct authority to enforce SCRA and take action against financial institutions. Step 3. Report the violation to the Department of Justice's Civil Rights Division through their website at civilrights.justice.gov. Since 2011. The DOJ has obtained over $481 million in monetary relief for more than 147,000 service members through SCRA enforcement. These agencies have teeth. Here is a critical warning that could save you thousands. Never sign an SCRA waiver. Some lenders, when you take out a loan, may ask you to sign a document waiving your SCRA rights. For a waiver to be even potentially valid, it must be in a separate written agreement, signed during or after your period of military service, in 12-point type or larger. Any waiver presented to you before or during loan origination is suspect. Some states, including North Carolina and Florida, make SCRA rights completely non-waivable. Bottom line, if a lender asks you to sign a SCRA waiver, you have the right to refuse. Walk away and find another lender. Let me give you a concrete example of what success looks like. An Army specialist received activation orders in March. She had a credit card at 19% APR, a car loan at 8%, and a mortgage at 7.5%, all incurred before her active duty. Within 2 weeks of receiving her orders, she pulled her credit report, downloaded her DMDC certificate, wrote 3 request letters using the exact template I gave you, and sent each via certified mail. Within 45 days, all 3 creditors confirmed the 6% cap. Her credit card interest dropped from 19% to 6%. A savings of approximately $1,800 over a 3-year deployment. Her creditors also refunded the excess interest they had charged since her activation date. That is real money back in her pocket, because she followed the process. Now, I mentioned earlier that the DOJ and CFPB want creditors to proactively apply SCRA. There is actually proposed legislation, the Improving SCRA Benefit Utilization Act of 2025, that would require a single notification from a service member to trigger the rate cap on all of that service member's obligations with a creditor. This hasn't become law yet, but it signals where the regulatory environment is heading. Until it passes, you have to request each account individually. So do it. One more thing, your spouse's joint accounts. The SCRA protections extend to loans where your spouse is a co-signer or joint account holder with you. If you have joint credit cards, joint auto loans, or a joint mortgage with your spouse, those accounts are covered by your SCRA request. List them. Send requests for each. Your spouse's individual debts that you did not co-sign are not covered by SCRA, but they are covered by the Military Lending Act. If your spouse takes out new credit during your active duty, that is a topic for another video. Important disclaimer. This video provides educational information based on the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's official SCRA guidance, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency Handbook, and the December 2024 DOJ-CFPB joint letter to financial institutions. This is not financial, legal, or tax advice. Your specific situation may differ. Before making any decisions, consult your base JAG Legal Assistance Office for free, or contact the CFPB directly at 1-855-411-CFPB. This channel is produced by a research team with AI-assisted voiceover and some AI-generated visuals. All rules and figures cite official U.S. government sources. SCRA provisions are codified at 50 U.S.C. Section 3937. This is video number 3 in our Military Financial Protection series. In the description below, I've included a free fill in the blank SCRA request letter template that hits every requirement under Section 3937. Download it. Fill in your information. Attach your orders and your DMDC certificate and send it certified mail to every creditor holding your pre-service debts. Today, don't wait. Next week, MLA credit card benefits. How to get 0 annual fees on premium cards like Amex Platinum, Chase Sapphire Reserve, and Capital One Venture X in the comments below. Tell me, have you ever submitted an SCRA request? Did your creditor comply? Share your experience to help other service members. Subscribe to Military Money Decoded. Don't be undervalued. See you in the next one.